Howdy, Possum Patty here, and yeppers, I've got the Gnome journal out again, so come on along. Well, my big plan for today was to do the laundry, and while I was doing the laundry, run in and out of the room and finish up all the pages in my Gnome journal. This will be the first finished journal of 2022. But I failed. No, I completed doing all the laundry, but I have one more page to do, and I turned on the camera. So what I'm going to do now is to show you the pages that I've done today, finish off that last page, and probably then just do a flip through of the entire journal for the hashtag Friday flip through. So I turned on the camera so you can come along with me as I do my last page in this journal. So today I started at the back because, you know, why not? That's possum logic. And the last two pages were already pre-made with pockets and tucks. This page has a background picture, sort of a snowy wood, and a tuck made from a ribbon that looks like birch bark. I believe I got this at Michael's last year. And it had two journaling cards. And this journaling card, I put on this picture. This is a reproduction of an antique vintage style Christmas card, and it had this really pretty picture of Father Christmas with a blue vibe. He's got his skis on, his pole, he's got his stacks of toys with him, and he's surrounded by flowers. And I just liked this. It was, to me, it was very folks art, folksy, and I wanted to put it in the Gnome journal. And on this side, I did some journaling. This was journaling from January 14th when I made my very first gluten-free lemon meringue pie. I know I've been in the pie baking mode lately. And this is a business card size ATC that was sent to me by Rosie at Creative Wings. And this was a prompt card to make a journal cover, sort of a collab swap. Now my partner is Jeannie at Happily Ella After. So Jeannie, if you're watching, don't watch this part if you haven't watched your, if you haven't gotten your journal cover yet, but I think you've already gotten it. And I took a picture of the journal cover that I made using that swap, and I'm going to put it on this journaling card right here. And on the back, I just talked a little bit about the hashtag prompt journal swap that we're doing. So I just wanted to keep a picture of what I sent to her. And this beautiful snowy owl was already on the card. But I love it because on the cover of the journal, I put learning to fly, and the little owl is on there. So I added this little vintage Happy New Year's card. And I know this is from the very early 1900s or the very late 1890s because this was in with some other cards that were stamped with that date. And I just wanted to put that in here because sort of ending one year and starting a new one with this, although I did go into January, but that's okay. A bit of advice and greeting for your new year. I hope the new year will be gracious to you, with a joy in each day as it passes. So wear a stout heart and play well your part, and keep on your rose-colored glasses. So I think we all need that message for this year. We all need to put on our rose-colored glasses. Now I decided not to add anything to this page because this is the goodbye page. The last page in the journal with the little gnome waving goodbye. But this is a pocket that was sewn on, and there is a journaling card here. And I did put Goodbye 21, and this is a repro of a New Year's card with Father Time there. It says January 1. And I wrote a little bit about my journaling. For 2021, I gave myself permission to start as many new journals as I wanted to for that year. I made and completed a boho cosmic smash book, an altered composition book, a summer journal, and a gingerbread house December daily. I also finished a fall sort of Thanksgiving themed journal I had started the year before, and I started a few new ones that are not finished yet. My Harry Potter Halloween, my Trashy, and my Christmas in July journal. I also got out the Colors of Winter, which is a little golden book nature journal, and my Asian glue book to play in for this new year. So I have a few I started that I will finish, and I have 2 old ones that I took out to play in, and I am going to start a few new ones for later on spring and summer. So that, and here's a picture of my shelf, and here's my boho, and my altered composition, and my summer journal, and my fall journal, and my gingerbread house journal. And these are the journals that I'm working in: Christmas in July, Harry Potter, the Trashy, that's the Trashy there, my little golden book, and this is my glue book down here. So journals for 2021. So I journaled about my journals in the last page in my Gnome journal. So after I completed that, I started flipping through to make sure I had every page done, and this page was still empty. It was a snowy page, so I just got out a memory. And you know how everybody loves their pickup truck motif? Well, there's my old pickup truck, and I really did have this truck. This picture is from 1972, taken in Stratford, Connecticut. And there's my old truck covered in snow. And it is a 1949 Ford pickup. And the nickname we gave this truck was Cream Puff. And it had mechanical steering, no power steering. And Mamma Mia, try to parallel park that thing. Wore out my arms, let me tell you, more than once. Okay, so then I went to the front of the book, and this page was all set up with a pocket and a journaling card. Sort of already had, this is the title from the front of the book about gnomes. I added on the birds. And on this side, because it was all birds on this page, I put a picture of a robin. My sister took this on January 23rd. She saw a robin, and she texted to me and wanted to know why she was seeing robins in the middle of winter. And I told her that, well, the Audubon Society here in Connecticut says that flocks of robins are now getting to be more common in the winter than they used to be, but it kind of fluctuates. Like you might see some robins one year but not the next, but overall they're becoming more common in Connecticut in the winter. And when I printed it out, I put flowers because it is January. But robins in Connecticut remind everybody of spring. So that's the first page in the journal. Nothing is in order, but that's okay. So that was journaling from January 23rd. Now I cut this so it's kind of like the shape of the way I cut out the page here, and I have a bird up there. Okay, these pages were done, but I did add these bunnies from the Gnome book to the weather page because these bunnies were in a storm, and this journaling is all about the storms that we were having back in November. So I did that. And then there was a journaling card in the pocket here that had nothing on it. So this is journaling from January 20th. I was actually making a sandwich with some leftover meatloaf. that I made the other day when I heard on the news that Michael Lee Aday, also known as Meatloaf the Singer, passed away. And I put, like a bat out of hell, he passed on to paradise. And then I went into my Halloween things and found this little sparkly bat to put on there. Of course, there is a picture of a bat behind his head there. So that journaling card was made, and then I went to this page and I saw these are the last 2 pages. This page already had a pocket, and this is a Christmas card from my stepson and his wife, and it just says, "Happy everything, with love, the Catucci's." So on the back, all it had was these red lines and nothing else, and I said, well, that makes a perfect journaling card. So this was some daily journaling from January 13th. And all we did that day was pull up the living room rug and clean the floor and then spin the rug around so that it wears even. But while the rug was up, Mr. Possum decided to clean under the fireplace there, even though we only used it like once this whole year. And this is the living room, and we put it back together again. Got that glare thing there. But I didn't notice it, but I did go out and buy a new rug to put in front of the hearth, one of those semicircle hearth rugs. And it's not in the picture, but I can do that another day. So I just turned this card into a journaling card. It was just, had all these red lines on and nothing else. So I printed out my 2 pictures and added it on. And that page is done, although I feel like I need to put something up here, which I may do. Not sure what yet. And then this is the last page. Now this page has a altered paper clip, sort of a little cluster. I sewed the button and the lace, and then I glued it to this paper. And it's holding, this is a fold out with a garden picture there, and it's sewn here, here, and here. And then these 2 spaces make little pockets for journaling cards. So what I have to do now, and I feel like this is a lot of journaling for one day, but I'm going to add a little bit of journaling here and here and decide if I want to put anything else on this page. So I looked back to see, sometimes I take little notes from every day, things that I might want to journal and I never get to it, or I take a picture with my phone so I can use that later also. I'm looking for my list. I don't know where it went now. But in my phone, I had this picture of this flower arrangement, and I was talking about this in my Dollar Tree haul yesterday, that I bought a few other things that sort of wandered out around the house. And I bought some pink carnations and white carnations and what they call king roses. And these are 3 giant red roses, and they have a little bit of sparkle along the edge. And then some green filler, some light green filler for my vase in the living room. I printed it out with a little bit of a fancy edge on it. So that's my Valentine bouquet to myself from the Dollar Tree. Somewhere I have those little heart picks with the sparkles on them. I have to find those maybe, and I'm going to add that to the arrangement. And since this card is all about the living room, how exciting, right? I thought I would put that on this page. And then the other thing that I found was this little video clip I took of Mr. Possum walking up the road to get the mail. And when I went back and looked at the video, I was hysterical because to me it looked like Bigfoot walking through the woods. So I printed out a picture from the video. If I can get this in focus here. And look at that. Does that not look like Bigfoot walking through the woods? So I put Bigfoot question mark and I put the arrow because it is pretty far away. But all the pictures of Bigfoot are in the distance and blurry. And this is out the kitchen window with Bigfoot walking through the woods right there. Is that not perfect or what? So these are the last two things. Now I'm trying to figure out how am I going to do this. So what I might do is just put the pictures here with the dates and then maybe journal about them on these little cards. Okay. Done. I think I'm done. Mostly done. Just about done. So on this page I added this little picture of the gnome with the bright red cap. Put caution, gnome at work. Added this little bit of blue paper here with a bling bling. And like I already showed you, this card, this journaling card, goes in the pocket here. Gnome at work, so that's Mr. Possum there, hard at work. So now I'm happy with this page. And on this page I just added the two pictures, Bigfoot and the Valentine bouquet with the 3 king roses. I did my little journaling on these cards about the pictures. So you don't have to open this up to pull out the journaling cards. They fit right in there, even with the page. Make sure I got this on right. Yep. And I did go back because when I was looking for something to put on this page, I came across these little pickup truck gems that I got at the Hobby Lobby, and I added it to that page because I thought that was fun. Gotta add some bling. So there it is. Wow, done. Like I said, very chunky. I put a lot of pages in here, and then journaling really got them chunked out, didn't it? Should have made a bigger spine. Oh well, it's a chunky. So I just want to wish everybody happy junk journaling. Thanks for coming along today. Like I said, I will do a flip through of the entire journal. And that's about it for today. So let me just say bye-bye now.